Cornelius Stripling, Senior Chief, United States Navy. Went to Memphis, Tennessee for school.
And could you talk about that, your first experiences now of Memphis and what you were doing there?
I was in the fleet prep school, and they taught us how to use basic hand tools, how to taxi aircraft, direct aircraft taxiing and stuff like that. It was pretty intense. You know, it was like a 4-week school. They had a lot to teach you. So you were on, you know, from the time you got to class till the time you went home in the afternoon, you were pretty tired. There they had some T-34s, I think, that they had there. And then to my first squadron, BT-9 in Meridian, Mississippi. Oh, that was, yeah, that was a really good experience. It kind of taught me a whole bunch. That's where I learned to be a plane captain. Really learned to be a plane captain. That's how I started out. And we had 55 aircraft, I think it was, in the squadron. And some days when the weather was really good, you look out on the flight line and there's 50 of them gone. And you got recovery, you know it's going to be busy when they start coming back. But yeah, I started out as a plane captain. We worked on T2s. There were 3 different models, A, B, and C. I worked on all of them. And you start out by basically doing daily inspections where you go around and you check everything, make sure everything, all the bolts are in, nothing's leaking, whatever, before, you know, this is before the pilot ever gets anywhere near it. Then they used to assign us to pilots when they came down. When they came down from the ready room, they'll send you out, you know, you're launching 912 right now, and you'd go out with that pilot, walk around with him, and on the B models, we had to open up the engine bay doors to check fuel controls. And that was the scariest part to me when I first started, because there's 2 engines running above your head, and I'm just going, oh. But yeah, you would give pilots directions on starting, check all of the flight controls and flaps, speed brakes, that kind of thing. Remove the chocks and taxi them out. Some of them you got to know really well, instructors, because it was basic jet training, and the students were there for, I would say, 9 months to a year. And you got to know some of them, but you mostly knew the instructor pilots because they were there all the time. And I did fly with some of those because I was on the Hurvac crew, and I got to fly with some of the, I could only fly with the instructors, so. Small jet, not the most powerful jet in the world, but small jet, and it's just, you know, you got this big canopy and you can just see out all over the place. The higher you get, the blue sky turns dark to a darker blue, and it's just a feeling that I heard other people talk about it, it just kind of changes you a little bit because you got to see from up there.